Deep in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains lies a small, forgotten town called Willowbrook. With a population of less than 100, it's a place where everyone knows each other and nothing much happens. But the town harbors a dark secret, one that has been whispered about for generations yet never fully spoken of. The secret is the Whispering Woods. As children, the residents of Willowbrook are warned to never venture into the Whispering Woods alone. The stories are always the same. The woods are alive and they can speak. Not in the way the wind rustles through the leaves, but in a way that chills the bones and makes the heart race with fear. The adults say it's just a legend, a tale to keep children from wandering too far. But everyone in town knows better. One autumn evening, when the air was crisp and the leaves painted the ground in hues of red and gold, a young boy named Tommy decided to test the legend. Tommy was 11, full of curiosity and bravery that only a child could possess. His friends dared him to go into the woods and bring back something to prove he had been there. Determined to show them he wasn't afraid, Tommy accepted the challenge. As he stepped into the Whispering Woods, the air seemed to grow colder, and the once cheerful sounds of the town faded into an eerie silence. The trees stood tall and close together, their branches intertwining like skeletal hands trying to trap him. With each step, Tommy's courage waned, but he pressed on, determined to return a hero. The further he went, the more he started to hear it. At first, it was just a faint murmur, indistinct and distant. But as he ventured deeper, the whispers grew louder. They seemed to come from all directions, surrounding him. Tommy's heart pounded in his chest as he tried to make sense of the words, but they were jumbled, overlapping, like 1,000 voices speaking at once. Leave. Run. Danger. The words began to form, clearer and more urgent. Tommy's resolve wavered, but he was too far in now. He had to bring something back. As he reached a small clearing, he noticed an old, abandoned cabin. Its windows were broken, and the door hung off its hinges. This must have been the house of Old Man Fletcher, a hermit who had disappeared years ago, never to be seen again. Tommy approached the cabin, the whispers now a cacophony in his ears. He pushed open the door, which creaked ominously, and stepped inside. The cabin was dark, the only light coming from the setting sun outside. Dust motes floated in the air, disturbed by his entrance. On a rickety table, he found a rusty old key. This would be his proof. As he reached for the key, the whispers reached a fever pitch. Don't. Take it. Cursed. But Tommy was determined. He grabbed the key and stuffed it into his pocket. At that moment, the whispers stopped, replaced by an oppressive silence. A chill ran down his spine as he felt a presence behind him. Turning slowly, he saw a figure standing in the doorway. It was Old Man Fletcher, or what was left of him. His eyes were hollow, and his skin clung to his bones. He raised a bony finger and pointed at Tommy. You shouldn't have come here, the specter rasped. You've taken something that doesn't belong to you. Tommy's blood ran cold as the figure stepped closer. He turned and bolted out of the cabin, the whispers resuming, now filled with anger and malice. Thief! Cursed! Return! The trees seemed to close in on him as he ran, branches clawing at his clothes, trying to hold him back. He stumbled and fell, but scrambled to his feet, never stopping until he burst out of the woods and into the safety of the town. Breathless and trembling, Tommy showed his friends the key. They looked at him with a mixture of awe and fear. But that night, as Tommy lay in bed, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. The whispers followed him into his dreams, haunting him with the promises of retribution. Over the next few days, Tommy became withdrawn and paranoid. He couldn't escape the whispers, which now seemed to come from every shadow, every corner of his room. Desperate, he decided to return the key to the cabin, hoping it would end his torment. As he stepped back into the whispering woods, the air grew cold once more, and the whispers started again. Return, cursed, danger. With every step, his fear grew, but he was determined to end the nightmare. He reached the cabin and placed the key back on the table. The whispers ceased, replaced by an eerie silence. Tommy felt a sense of relief wash over him, but as he turned to leave, the door slammed shut, trapping him inside. The specter of Old Man Fletcher appeared once more, his hollow eyes fixed on Tommy. "You can never leave," the ghost whispered, his voice like the rustling of dead leaves. "You are part of the woods now." Tommy's screams echoed through the whispering woods, but no one in Willowbrook heard them. The legend of the Whispering Woods grew, another cautionary tale for the children of the town, and if you listen closely on a quiet autumn evening, you might hear the whispers and the cries of a young boy who dared to venture where no one should.